It's time to enter the pen. I'm your host, Ethena. Sit back and join this conversation engulfing all the facets of love, sex, and intimacy. Come on in to Ethena's Playpen. So thanks for coming into the Playpen with me. This is Ethena. Tonight's topic is erotic over erotica. We're going to discuss, is erotica porn or is it something else? And then I'm also going to read an excerpt out of my new erotica book entitled Choir. So keep listening. All right, Playmates, let's go ahead and get started with our affirmations. I'm going to read and you can just repeat them after me or you can think them quietly to yourself. Here we go. I love myself. I am sexy and attractive to my mate. I am powerfully seductive to my mate and my mate is sexually attracted to me. Our relationship is healthy and passionate. Good news too, I've got some affirmations coming out that are catered to different topics like having better sex, having more positive self-talk to yourself and your self-esteem. So stay tuned for those. Just keep listening to the podcast and keep visiting EthenasPlaypen.com. I'll be posted there. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm talking about being erotic over erotica. First, we need to describe what erotica actually is. And right now it is a beautiful desert night. I'm recording outside. Palm trees are swaying, my candles kind of swaying in the wind, and this is one of those nights to curl up with a good erotica book and feel good, if you know what I mean. So erotica is literature. It's an art form that is intended to arouse your sexual desire. So it will enhance how you feel. It will start your creative juices flowing. It'll kind of give you a little tease. Some are more tantalizing than others, but it's any artistic work that's going to deal with stimulating you sexually or arousing you sexually, but it's not pornographic. So it's not something that you're going to look at, actually visualize. You'll be using your mind. And it uses any type of erotic content. It could be a painting, it could be sculpture, it could be drama, film could be erotic, and not necessarily pornographic. And then there is a type of erotic music. And one thing that I will say that's effective, if you and your partner can get a playlist, that can serve as your form of erotica, because you should put on that playlist some songs that turn you on, that may take you down memory lane or propel you to wherever you two are going. And that can be a form of erotica. I also want to talk about how erotica pursues beauty. It's not just sex. It's kind of like the difference between being in love and a one-night stand. You always remember how you felt when you were in love. And that's what erotica books will do. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be just a book or music. It can be a sculpture. And, that makes me think about how many museums have you been to, or pictures that you've seen in museums of maybe a statue or two that was nude. It's kind of making me think that may have been placed there under the erotica label instead of what we may have been told that it was for. But I do want to address one other thing, and that's about porn. One thing that really distinguishes these two, porn is an immediate satisfaction. Again, it's like that one night stand that we shouldn't be doing, but it's like a one night stand. It's immediate satisfaction, and it's just, a stir of the genitals, and I'm quoting Dr. Leon Seltzer here, but he calls it just a stir of the genitals, whereas erotica has your mind, your emotions, you're imagining what you're reading, and you are really enjoying it, and coming up with a mental and sexual scene of what you're reading. I'd like to know, what's your favorite erotica story? Go to www.ethenasplacement.com, scroll down to the bottom, fill out the form, and tell me what books you like. What's your favorite? Who's turned you on the most while you were reading? I want to know. All right, thanks for staying. Right before we stopped, I said that I want to know what you're reading, and what's your favorite erotica book. I'd like to know how you feel. What do you visualize when you're reading these books? Erotica is designed to create a vision or a walkway down certain feelings and celebrate the human carnal sense. It's supposed to arouse you. One main difference that I'd like to point out, and then we're going to get to some good stuff that I've got for you. Erotica will add value. In some cases, it can add class to what you're doing or what you want to do. It can give you some ideas. It'll give you a sense of purpose if you're willing to explore. If you're trying to do something extra with your mate, or you're trying to really get into what you're doing, erotica can help. And there is a difference between a few minutes of thank you ma'am porn and opening a book up to some erotica. It could really change your sex life. So on that note, I am super excited about one of my new books called Choir. Choir is an erotica book. It is very detailed, and most of my erotic literature is very detailed. You will feel like you are right there with the person. So we're going to get to a little bit of Choir. Here we go. Don't get too excited just yet. There is one last test you have to pass to be a full member. As the smile crept away from my face, I inquired, "What kind of test?" He sat back in his chair and said, "Don't worry, it's a singing test." I breathed a sigh of relief and sat back and said, "Oh, cool, well, when is it?" As he leaned forward and rested his elbows on his desk, he growled, "Right now." Just then, 2 choir members came into his office. As I looked at them and looked back at Johnny, I asked, "What is this?" He points to the 2 guys standing behind me. "You're going to sing while these 2 fuck you." And that is an excerpt out of Choir. So take a few moments, go over to the Athena'sPlaypen.com. Download Quire, read it, and let me know what you think. I really want to know. And also, reach out to me. I want to hear from you. So leave me some notes and comments about your favorite erotica book. And if you've never read one, read Quire. And then there's some other ones on my website that you will enjoy. And let me know what you think. Thank you so much for staying and playing in the playpen tonight. See you next time.